Hello everyone! I'm the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to a somewhat earlier stream, everyone. Hello, hello. You're having a lovely... what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday? Hope you had a lovely Tuesday. So we're not playing Mega Man again tonight. I'm sorry to anyone out there who has been desperately hoping that they would see Mega Man. We will play Mega Man at some point. We're not playing Mega Man tonight, though. And the reason for that is I have a leatherworking project that I'm trying to get done as soon as I can, really. I want to get it done so I can get it in the mail and send it to the person that it's going to go to. And so I thought, for a while now, I've kind of wanted to experiment with a leatherworking stream. And so I thought, let's give it a shot, see how it turns out. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. I don't know yet, but we're gonna try it. So let me get some music set up. What do I have? No, not you. That'll work. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see, turn this down for me. And then desktop audio is on. Let's see. I now have a fancy camera chat. Ooh, camera chat. Lovely. And then I want music. Music. Go. Alright, so there should be music going. If it is overwhelming, let me know, as always. So, what we're doing tonight is this right here. So, what I'm attempting to do, and I never made... Yes, Mohans look upon them and despair! Anyway, what I'm attempting to do is make a leather notebook cover. So, the idea is that... And I never made this before. This is a new project for me. I've never tried this before. I just went out and bought like a regular MoeChicken standard size notebook. And then I measured the dimensions of this. And, oh, one other thing. So I'm probably going to be acting a lot with my hands. Actually, move this over a little bit more. But since the entire stream is this, let me know if anything's off, out of focus, bad. It keeps auto-focusing, and I don't really know why. Well, hopefully it'll stop. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, so I measured the size of the notebook, cut out 2 rectangles of leather, and I can do shadow puppets. Let's see, can I make that? There we go. Hello! Welcome to my stream! Hey, shut up. Shut the fuck up. That was the only shadow puppet I could ever do. It was like the duck. It's the only one I can do. I guess I could do the rabbit. Yeah, so the intent is to have 2 pockets, one there and then one here, that will allow this to hold in place, and then one thin piece in the middle that you will put in like the middle of the notebook to kind of hold it in that spot. So, and yes, thank you for the comment about the clasp. I really like this clasp too. Part of the reason I wanted to make this at all was because I just thought this was the neatest clasp. It's like, it's designed to look like a padlock, and it's an easy, like, you just turn it to open it up. But what a great thing for like a notebook, right? I really like it. So tonight we're going to try to get as much done as we can on this whole effort. So let's not waste that time. Where is over here? Don't fall, things. I need you not fall. Come on. Things fall on the floor. Whatever, it's fine. So also for reference, just yesterday I got this in. Look at that. Look at that over there. That is a whole lot. Music is overpowering. Okay, thank you very much. Bring that down. How is that? Dropped it by a lot. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Even though I do like this song, so it's fine if it drowns me out. But yes, so this is a set of tools that I ordered on Amazon recently. Now, I ordered this mostly because I liked the way it looked. I already have an entire tray. How do I do this? Yeah, I already have an entire caddy of like leatherworking tools. So I didn't exactly, need that per se. But I wanted it. Oh gosh, probably shouldn't have moved that. All right. Well, anyway. So yeah, part of the reason is I want to get this done. The other reason is that I have all these new tools and I want to play with them. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna need to do, the addition of the second outer layer, this was a late decision, and if I'd been doing this more cleverly, it's not. I really shouldn't have. I should not have moved the camera. After I got the camera where I wanted it to be, I should not have moved the camera. If I had been thinking, if I had realized I was going to have two, I would have stamped the holes in this upper one ahead of time. But I wasn't thinking, as is a major problem with me a lot of the time. I'm going to get some water. I have water here. Big old bottle of water. So first thing we're going to do is poke some holes. Where's my hole pokey? Where's my hole pokey? There it is. Behold, hole pokey. So I started using this because I couldn't figure out how to use an actual awl. There's a tool in leatherworking or just any sort of like, I guess any sort of stitching that involves passing through a large volume of anything, called an awl. Let's see, I've got one somewhere around here. Where's my awl? Is it in here? No, these are my most commonly used tools, so they have like a little special pouch. Yeah, here we go. This thing. This is called an awl. And do you have to adhere the two pieces together, or do they just get stitched? They just get stitched. I mean, if you mean like, am I going to use like adhesive? No, I'm not planning to. I'm just going to stitch them in place. Yeah, so this thing is called an awl. It has like, can you see that? Let's see. Focus, dang it. Focus. Well, you can't really see it. It's got a hole in it. All about awls with MoeChicken. Hey, Abby. Yeah, so it's got like a little hole in it, and the idea is that you're supposed to like put the thread in there, push it through, and then it helps you to stitch. For the life of me, I can't get it to work. So I just poke the holes manually and then go in with a regular old needle, and that usually works pretty well for me. Not the most intelligent way to do it, but you know, it gets it done. So a lot of this stream is just going to be me like stamping holes and stitching. So we're going to have to come up with things to talk about. Because, yeah, one of the reasons I haven't done much of this is because, yeah, stabbing time with Mo. Let's see, I think we got something for that, don't we? I believe we have something for that. There we go. Yeah, stabbing time with MoeChicken. It's fun. Everyone loves it. Except for the people being stabbed. They generally don't. But, you know, they're dead, so it's okay. Alright, so once I have... Yes. Okay, fantastic. Remove that. Put that over there. Put that... That's over there. Alright, so... I wanted to get up on the first turn, because now I can use a more useful tool. So you see how I've got like my starting points here? I don't know if you can even see those, but there's like little holes right here. I can use a very helpful tool called a spacer. I think that's what it's called. If I can find it. Where's my spacer? Where's my spacer? Oh, here it is. This guy. It's a spacer. See it? It's got like evenly spaced prongs. It allows you to space out your holes very easily. What type of leather it is? Is it cow? I don't know the specific type. I'm sorry. I'm very ignorant as far as that goes. I can show you all the leather though. It's very, very nice. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at that, right? That's nice leather. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice. I got a whole like roll of this, and it's awesome. That's the same leather that I used to make. What was the cow's name? I will never know, unfortunately. That was the same one I used to make that laptop bag that I showed y'all. I guess I can show you now. That poor cow is missing its butt. It's true. I made this guy recently. So I made a messenger bag out of that same leather recently, and it turned out very well. I'm quite pleased with how it came out. But the most important thing about this is that it can hold both of my work laptops. That was what I was trying to accomplish. Is get something that can hold both my laptops. So, yeah, oh, there's gonna be a lot of that. Hang on, let me get my other one. So, for aspiring leather workers out there, if there are any, there are a couple of, I should say, as I'm doing this, if at any point you're curious about the tools I'm using, let me know. I'll be more than happy to tell you about them. But what I wanted to say is, it's very valuable to get one of these. This is, I think they call it self-healing. Is that a name? It's a poundo board is what this one's called. The poundo board. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, it's basically just like a thick, kind of like a piece of rubber, and it's supposed to, it does two things. First of all, it will absorb some of the impact from pounding. I do have arms. Look, there they are. It's horrifying. But it absorbs some of the impact, but more importantly, it absorbs poking. And so it's much easier to prevent your tools from getting like blunted if you use one of these. And it also makes sure that you don't have to worry about damaging your surfaces. Like before I got this, I used to do it with a piece of mat board, and I kept blunting all my tools. So I recommend getting these. And then this is just a piece of stone, but it works really well to, if there's anything like you have to set a rivet or something, you can put this on top of the other two, hammer things on it, and it will dull the impact quite a bit. So recommended. Also a cutting board, recommended. Anyway. But yeah, we're just gonna do this tonight, and hopefully we'll get a lot done. I'm hoping so, at least. I would like to see this finished before the end of the week if I can, so I can get it in the mail. But we'll see. We'll see. That's all that's going on with me. How are things going for y'all? Anybody do anything cool over the weekend and or on Monday and Tuesday? Like I said, my Tuesday was pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot exotic happened. Pretty standard day. I did go to the gym yesterday, which is good. I'm still trying to make that a regular habit. Who are you making this for, if you may ask? You'll know. I'll leave it with that. You'll know. It's not for me. It's for someone else. You'll know. But I've never made it before. You know, I said that earlier in the so ominous. I know, right? Very scary. I've never made a book cover, and I am hoping that it comes out well. Is it Moose? No. Nah. He didn't get things from me. You think I'm gonna make this for him? No. It's too nice for him. He doesn't deserve nice things. Oh, so here's another one. Another tool. Very useful tool. Is it going back to the original cow just to mock it? Yes. It's going back to the original cow with a notebook so that that cow can write down all of its harsh poetry about how I shaved off its booty. Can't believe I Google something is generic about leather, and the Google AI overview is about Minecraft. I can believe that. cow might be alive. You never know. I told y'all some time ago that I was trying to read that book series, Overlord. And at the time when I talked about it before, I was saying like how I didn't like it. I've come around, honestly. I think really what it comes down to is you just have to get past the awful parts. Like, not linger on the awful parts of the story and then get to, like, the fun parts. Because there are fun parts. But one of the awful parts is... so, brief overview if you're not familiar with the series. It's an isekai about a guy who gets sucked into a video game. And he has to try and figure out... Like, he's like a high-level player from a video game. And he gets sucked in. And so he has, like, all these powers. And in particular, he has a, like, home base filled with, like, minions that were created in the game. And once the game comes to life, he finds out that all the minions also have personalities. And so they become the kind of, like, other characters in the story. Did I mention what this is? I think I got distracted. This is very helpful. What this is actually not even for leatherworking. This is a beading tool. And the only reason I know about it was that the, when I was buying tools in Michael's the first time, I encountered this, and, it works beautifully for cutting stitching holes. You just do like that, cut stitching holes, very helpful. It's funny you should say that, Cornfed. So getting back to Overlord, one of the characters is a demon, and he is placed in charge of a lot of, like, logistical matters. And one of the challenges they have early on is getting, like, vellum to write spells on. Y'all gotta see what I'm doing. We've talked about this before. I have the problem that, like, when I'm working on something, I'll pull it towards me, which means you don't get to see it. It's the same problem we had when I was doing that painting stream. I gotta like work more over here. Anyway, yeah. So he was placed in charge of, like, acquiring vellum, and so he went off to take care of it. And then, like, a bit later in the book, he said, "Yeah, I found a really useful type of creature. It's like this bipedal sheep, and using, like, healing magic, we can skin them and then like heal their skin and then skin them again, and it's great. It's just infinite vellum." But he made a point of never showing you the sheep. And so the story has not made it clear. I'm pretty sure it's humans. I'm pretty sure he just kidnapped some humans and is calling them bipedal sheep. And just keeps skinning them and then healing them up enough that he can skin them again. Which is pretty macabre, frankly. But the guy is a demon, so I guess it fits. I was thinking about that, actually, though. I never really thought about it, but a lot of, like, demon characters in stories are, like, way into, like, the pursuit of knowledge. Have you ever noticed that? How, like, a lot of demons just love to experiment on things. It's like demons are the natural scientists of the fantasy world. Because knowledge is evil, stupidity is righteousness. I don't know, it was something I realized the other day, like, yeah, because, like, I was trying to think about his perspective of, like, why, how can he do these terrible things when he's so kind to other people? And it's like, well, the way I thought about it was, it's akin to when, God, I wish I was stupider. It'd be so much easier. It's akin to, like, when a human decides to experiment with, like, cooking. You know, you don't think about, like, I'm using this food for the wrong purposes. You're just like, hey, this is gonna be fun. Let me see if I can make something new. I think that's probably just about how demons think about, like, experimenting on humans. It's like, oh, hey, let's see if I can make something new with this thing. So, yeah. That's fun. Cooking is also evil. Yes. Of course it is. Ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of hole punching. General tip for leatherworking: the more time you spend up front making sure you have good, solid holes, like solid pre-stitched holes, it will save so much wear and tear on your wrist when you're actually doing the stitching. Because otherwise you're trying to like force your way through these like multiple pieces of leather. Like one of the worst things about that, once again, you can't see. A good hole will save your wrist. Thank you, hobby. That's exactly what I meant. On that bag I was talking about, it's over there now. There's one point where I had to stitch together 4 pieces of leather. That's a lot of leather. Took a long time to get through. Hey, Dan. Yay, leather. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so just spend a little bit more time at the beginning. Make sure the holes are nice and finished before you get started. And it will make things easier in the long run. Just in time, I said something disgusting. Right? Fantastic. Perfect timing. I was summoned by this fact. I thought as much. Alright. Let's see. So I need to put holes in this as well. Put holes around this. Now this, you can see over here, this is the mistake. This is something you also want to make sure you do when you're doing leatherworking, is make sure you have the right side of what you're working on. So this hole is supposed to do like this. Boop. See? Nice. Cut out. It's a little bit too big, but that's fine. For the clasp. When I was doing it, I had it like this because I didn't want to put writing on the good, like, in general, leather has 2 sides. They call it, I think, the flesh side and the outer side, flesh side and the grain side, I think is what it's called. One or the other. Anyway, one side is kind of like, it's like smooth and finished, and then the other side is kind of more rough. Usually you want the smooth finish side on the outside of whatever you're working on. And so when you're laying out a pattern or drawing, yes, for fleshy notebooks, that is true. That is what that is frankly what this will be, is a fleshy notebook. It's the best way you could have put that, thank you. And so you might be able to see it. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it a little bit there. You can see the lines where I was trying to like draw it. So I cut that out and then realized, oops, it's the wrong side. So there's just gonna be a hole over here. For no reason. No reason. Homemade. Well, I hope that is in fact what the person will think of this, because that's what we're doing. It's a homemade leather-bound sketchbook. Admittedly, I won't be making this. This I purchased, but the outside, the cover is. So, get fleshy notebooks when you least expect it. So, anyway. So it's gonna be a lot of punching of holes. You know how it is. So where is the center point? Bonk. Bonk. You could see this being a cool gift for Black. I bet Black would like it, actually. You know, if this turns out to work really well, I might start saying if people want to order one of these, like, Dan, like how you requested that knife roll. If anybody likes this, it's a baby book for the baby, made with the baby's skin. Babies shed their skin, right? I could maybe make these for other people if anyone cares. So there you go. That's an idea. Because I mean, I'm not opposed to making things for people. In fact, it's really fun. I just have to, you know, the necessary information and charge you a little bit. I think Dan forced me to take more money than I was asking for when I made the roll for him. So there's that. You have to stop keeping the prices secret. That is true. What would I charge for this one? I think I'd probably charge maybe like, I don't know, $75 for this maybe? Something like that. I could see that being reasonable. That's usually my go-to price, unfortunately, because I just don't know how to set prices for anything. It's always just 75. Yeah, he's a bad man, I know, right? Making me take more money. So cruel. What a monster. Frickin' monster Dan over here. Making me take his money. Terrible. Don't you know? Don't you know I don't want your money? What else is going on? I got some recording done last night, which was good. Oh, I gotta tell you all about the creepypasta. This was funny. Okay. Where do you get the leather? Is it from a local shop or on lunch? So most of the leather I use comes from Tandy Leather. So there's a website. I will show you. Give me a moment. Desktop capture with chat. Oh, which one's it connected to? What screen is this? Which screen is this? I don't know which screen it is. Fudge. Hang on. Desktop. It's, why is it trying to do that? Primary owner. Okay. Yes? No? Maybe this one? Okay. It's like off in a corner. Right, whatever. No, it's fine. I get derailed by myself all the time. There's a website called Tandy Leather. Tandy Leather. So you can order straight from Tandy if you want to. You can just go to the leather section. They got all kinds of great options. And you can get stuff like this. However, it has worked It has worked much better for me to go. There is an actual Tandy Leather store that is, I don't know, like an hour or so away from where I live. And I prefer to go there because I prefer to shop in person. I just think it's more fun, and you'll have it when you get it. So I like that part too. But if you order through Tandy, they will ship it to you. What is this? I supply his leather from the Hidia of my victims. Hidea Kojima. I mean prey. I mean, carcasses found on the side of the road. I do the Robert F. Kennedy method of just when I see something dead, I go take it. Like, look there. It's a dead creature. I'll have that. He's in charge of our healthcare. Anyway. Yeah, most of the time I get my leather through... I left the bar in Central Park because, you know, a bike hit it or something. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Yeah, usually I just go through them and it works pretty well. I've actually gotten in I've got a pretty good rapport with the manager of the Tandy Leather up near where I live, and he said, I was lamenting to him because, like, I guess Tandy's like main warehouses are in Fort Worth, Texas, and so anytime I would order something, it would come from Fort Worth, Texas. And so, like, even though I knew it was in stock at my local store and, like, it could be here much faster than my local store, it would still only ever come from Fort Worth, Texas. And so what the manager said, he's like, look, find something you want and just call us. I'll mail it to you. It'll get there much faster. I don't mind. You know, let's just do it that way. And so next time I want to get, like, a big leather set or something, I'm just going to order from Earth that. Did you pick up the 2 layers, or was this what the client wanted? This seems similar to woodworking, where you can pick out different. Yes. Well, so yes, it's like woodworking, and yes, that is a major factor in everything I make. So let me show you. So I made this not too long ago. Where I got this, they call this volcano side, which is an interesting name for it. But I got this like nice kind of like maroon burgundy leather, and I paired it with this kind of like dark brown greenish color, because I thought they matched very well. And then I use antique brass for just about all my fittings because I think it looks nice. But I do try and consider that when I'm making these. This is a surprise, so the person I'm making it for doesn't know it's coming. So they didn't get to choose. I chose these because I thought that this leather was really nice and I wanted to use it some more. I thought it would work for the piece. If I'm being honest though, thank you very much. I'm quite proud of that one. That one turned out very well. I sort of wish I had given this a little bit higher contrast. Like these two match together reasonably well. You can see right there. They look fine together, but it might have been nicer with a little bit more color. It's just gonna be a brown book, so whatever. Hopefully they'll still like it. Peanut butter and chocolate. Yeah, it is kind of like a Reese's color scheme, isn't it? Now once I finish with this, is this a journal for the Reese's? Yes, it's for the Reese's Pieces. The Reese's needs to write a piece. The Reese's being a poet. They can use this notebook. There you go. You figured it out. Figured it out, hobby. So smart. That's my girl. Apparently. Apparently, you decided I was your father, so there's that. Still not convinced I like that canon, but you know, whatever. I knew I'd solve it. I figured it out. It's for the. Did y'all know that they have? Wait, 31 years ago? So I was 10? I was 10 when I sired you? That's gross. For so many reasons. Ew. Anyway. Doggone it. They were poets and they didn't know it. They didn't know! It's not their fault, goddammit! They didn't know rhymes would cause all of this. It's like some poets who accidentally started casting spells. They just thought they were making poetry, but it turned out to be like the words for like a magic spell. They're like, I didn't know that was gonna cause the spell to happen. I just went to rhyme zone. That's all. That's all. What were we talking about? I was gonna tell you about my creepypasta. So, I don't think this will come out until next week. But so I think I told y'all about this. The recordings that I did for Tombs and Treasure, which is that NES archaeology game that I'm playing right now that I'm super into. It's super fun. And actually people are liking it, which is exciting because I like it. But yeah, the recordings didn't work out. So like we recorded some like 7 episodes and only the first 2 are really usable. So I was like, shoot, I gotta do it again. That sucks. But I decided to take advantage of the situation and oh, that's right. Huh, okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's fine, though. I forgot that I'd only cut the holes on one side so far. Let me cinch this. Boink. That. Yeah, so for some time now, I've wondered if I should start recording in higher definition, frankly. Because I've got the tools to do it. I've got, you know, the upscaler. I've got all those analog products that are HDMI and so forth. Really, it was me. I like recording at standard definition because that feels more authentic. But I know nobody does that anymore. Nobody records in standard definition anymore. Everyone expects 1080p, 60 FPS if you can get it. So, the way I got around it, I recorded in high definition and then converted it to low definition. It's effectively what wound up happening, because I wanted to play it on my CRT, because I'm like, this is what it's supposed to look like. I want to play it on the CRT. And so I standard definition like a CRT. I don't know if there's a better way to put it, like composite cables, or like basically I would try to record using whatever mechanisms were available at the time it came out. So if it was coaxial, or if it was like composite or S-video or whatever was the intended format when the thing came out. I don't know, Dan. Sorry, can't help you. That's what I would try and do. And where did this stop? Right there. So what I did was I took the output from the analog product, which was HDMI, and I ran that into my HDMI, like my Elgato HD60S capture card. Then I output that into a descaler, which is not a thing I knew existed. Actually, Ian told me about it. Because I asked Ian if I plugged in an upscaler backwards, if it would descale. And he said, no, it won't work, but I know of this thing called a I demand Moe in 12K. If I can't scrutinize every single pore in Moe's face, then what are any of us doing with our lives? Well, I guess living your lives. That's fine. You don't want to look at my pores. That's weird. You don't want to look at my pores. They're gross. Anyway, yeah. So it runs through a descaler to output from HDMI down to composite, and then I play it with composite. So it works fine for me. It looks good. Like the capture is 1080p, 60 FPS. So for you guys, it'll look great. And for me, you're using a magnifying mirror to look at your pores right now. You don't need a magnifying mirror to look at my pores, my friend. They're huge. Anyway, yeah, so like for me, it's no change because I'm still playing it on the CRT, and for you guys, it'll look much nicer. So hopefully it's a good match for everybody. Anyway, all that to say, getting back to the creepypasta. So I was doing some recording on Tombs and Treasure, and then also Survival Kids last night. And when I was playing Survival Kids, after the recording was finished, I was on my way back to the houseboat to save the game, and I misjudged the distance, and I had never actually seen what happens when your character just like runs out of life walking. It's actually sort of macabre, really. As your health gets down to like, I think when it gets down to 30, your character says it's getting a lot harder to survive. When it gets down to 20, they say, I'm dying. And when it gets down to 10, it's something like just him breathing heavily. And so like my character actually wound up dying. Like I had almost made it. I was almost to the houseboat. So effectively what wound up happening in the lore of the game is that Maria, who's in the houseboat, probably heard a noise from outside. And keep in mind, she can't move right now. In the game, her legs aren't working properly. So she hears a noise. She doesn't know what it is. And then presumably, Ukiki the monkey runs in and helps her get up and brings her outside, and she finds the dead body of Moe. And then realizes not only is she alive or alone in terms of humans, she can't move. So she's gonna die too. It's a very grim outcome for everyone involved that I just didn't bring enough food with me when I went to the desert. But that's not the creepypasta. That's the setup for the creepypasta. So once that was done, I was like, crap, now I got to go play all that again and get back to where I was. So fortunately, I turned the game back on. I wasn't recording at this point, and I went out to try to get back to where I was. And I noticed that the music kept cutting out, and I didn't know why. And I was like, where's the music? Why does it cut out? So like at one point I had the music cut out, and while the music was out, I found like I think it was like a duck or something. I killed the duck, and then the music came back once the duck died, but it was like distorted and warbly. So it was like playing out of like the wrong audio channels. So it was the same like happy, fun island song, but just a little bit distorted. And so like, oh, that's no good. Okay. But since the music went away and then came back, I figured, okay, well, it'll fix itself. And sure enough, after a little bit, it did go back to normal. So then I walked around a little bit more, continued over to, for those who are familiar with the playthrough, there was a point where I had to like use some paralytic grass on some alligators to get past them. And so the alligator actually like flipped over, like belly up, and he became like a bridge. So I walked over the alligator to get to like this other screen, and then the music got weird again. And so when I was like, okay, I should just go back and save and like do this another time. When I came back, the alligator was gone. The alligator, which had not moved at all and does not move through the whole game once you paralyze him, was gone. Which meant I was trapped. And I was like, oh shoot. And so I thought, well, maybe it's still there. I don't know, maybe this is just a glitch. So I walked where the alligator should be, and I could. The alligator disappeared, but I could still interact with it, as though the alligator was a ghost. So I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. But I still need to get back to where I was, so I kept going. Since the last time I died because I ran out of health, I was making a point of getting as many food items as I could. So I walked up to a food item, and then some of the text started to look strange. It claimed, instead of saying I'm picking up, I don't know, a soft berry, it said, pick up big fan. And I was like, big fan? Is that an item in this game? I've never heard of a big fan in this game. And then the rest of the options were kind of like garbled out a little bit. And I was like, okay. By this point, the music was completely gone. No music at all. Just silence. Maybe every once in a while there's a beep or like the sound of waves or something. But for the most part, nothing. So like, okay, things are getting strange. Went down, tried to pick up some more food. I was like, I guess I'll be another big fan. Well, this time it was just glitched out text. And I couldn't read any of it. And so like, okay. But I mean, I played the game enough that I knew where the options were. So I just went and said like, okay, well, I'm going to just, pick this up and then head back home. Clearly the game isn't working. I'll go back home. On the way, though, the screen started to distort. All of the options in the menu started to become unreadable. And then, the final nail in the coffin, as I got closer to home, i.e. as I got closer to where I died, things started disappearing from the screen until eventually it all went black. And I had to turn the game off. And I was like, oh, I'm in a creepypasta. Neat. Also known as clean your games before you do your YouTube show. So that was my fun experience with survival kits. The fortunate thing, frankly, is that it didn't mess up. And then she heard man, hook, car, door, hand, hook, hand. Man, hook, car, door, hook, hand. I wish I could remember what episode that was originally from, Dan. I do remember that, the least scary creepypasta or whatever. It was genuinely very creepy, though. I think if I wasn't so familiar with how old game glitches happened, how they can kind of like gradually take over like that. I mean, it hit every beat of like Scary Story. You know, there's the thing where like the character who was named after me died, and then the warbly music, the fact that the music distorted when I killed something, the way like the alligators disappeared and trapped me in an area, like all these like little things which are just perfect for like a creepypasta, like a stupid generic creepypasta. They're exactly what those are like. I was just like, wow, I can't believe this is like actually happening. And as far as I know, I'm not dead. I don't think, at least. It's possible, I guess, but to my eyes, I have not died yet, so there's that. But it may be coming, and if it does, please subscribe. But also, somebody divvy up my games properly, because I got a lot of games, and I don't want someone to just throw those away. There are like a lot of good old things in there that deserve proper attention, frankly. And y'all seem like you'll be good stewards. Good stewards of my collection. Just put me in your will, Papa. I'll take care of it. I'll keep that in mind. Daughter? Hobby girl? Alright. My wrist has been hurting for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe that's the first sign of the ghost attack. I had a headache last night, so that may have killed me. I don't really know. Hey y'all, I know we're all here to mourn Mo, who died the other day, but I just like to remind you that I get to keep all of his expensive games. Hagane, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy III, Snatcher, what else do I have that's rare? Snatcher's probably the biggest one. I used to think Hagane was the biggest one, but I've heard that that's not actually the case anymore. What's the most valuable thing I have? I have Vey, which is expensive, but it's not really like valuable. Probably Snatcher. Snatcher's probably the most valuable thing I have. I know we're all here to mourn this guy, but dibs. Dibs on his coolest stuff. Honestly, that is a thing that like is regrettable about the fact that I will probably never have children other than Hobby, who is apparently my child from 10 years old. Gross. That gross was for me, not for you, Hobby. Don't worry. Like when I was younger, I wanted to have like this awesome collection of video games that like, like some imaginary child who I raised and would appreciate video games would like get excited to have. Because I get a lot of cool stuff in there. But my nephews don't care about my video games. None of them do. They just want to play Minecraft. I tried to get one of my nephews into Genshin Impact, and now he played it for like a little bit, and now we're just playing Minecraft again. It is fine. Minecraft's fun, but I don't know. I wanted something else. I want to play other games with him, not just Minecraft. It could be like a time travel thing that you just don't know you're going to discover later, Mo? Maybe. Time travel would be cool. You never know. I need a child to inherit my Steam library. I know, right? It's very important. But who will play all of these games? I need a child to appreciate the way that I've wasted all my money over my life. Someone! I need a child here to appreciate this. I need a child to appreciate the fact that I was a man-child for so many years. Yeah. Bump. Just pick a younger adult from a Discord server. Yeah, that's not self-serving at all. Girl who has decided she's my child. I've been so frustrated. I finished my tower just in time for 95% of the community interest in the Brutalcraft server to vanish. Yeah. I mean, you've still got, like, 3 people who will play forever. I haven't really been playing Minecraft on the Brutal server because I finished up Chicken's Folly and then, like, I didn't know what else to do. Your life isn't a mess. Your house is a mess. You're attempting to put together a house. That takes a lot of work. You're doing Minecraft in real life, hobby. That takes a lot of attention. I think one of the things for me about the Brutalcraft server is that, like, there's just so much... Oh, your conference is soon. Yes, the Finland thing. Yes, that's going to be exciting. One big problem with Brutalcraft is that Ian himself immediately abandoned after one stream. I mean, yeah, that's... I think everybody kind of expected that, frankly. So, you know, no surprises, but it is an unfortunate side effect that, you know, if the, doing it again. If the person that the server's named for disappears, then sort of hard to keep it interesting. When using the hand tool versus the hammer. You mean this? Like, these are all hand tools. I don't know what you mean. Okay, so what we're doing here, this guy is a spacer, a hole spacer. So what I'm doing is using this to make sort of the stencil for what I'm doing. So this is telling me where to cut the holes. And then this guy actually does the hole punching. So I use this to line things up, and then I poke. Now you can use this. Like, this is intended to make holes. I just don't use it for that because I like this better. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Cause like I use this to like make the. Oh yeah, no, this is just for spacing things. And good news, we're almost all the way around. So soon you will get to see me do something other than just poking holes. Not the most thrilling thing, I'm sure. Let's see. Assume he's more interested in it dying so he can stop it. I don't think he's quite that bad. Dan, I don't think Ian's just waiting for it to die so he can stop. Oh yeah, I'm definitely chewing all the holes through individually with the teeth that I have, the rooster's teeth that I have, of course. Let's see, I need to do this too. I don't have teeth. I have a beak. You know that. You're my daughter, apparently. Do you use special sewing thread, or is there special leatherworking thread? There is special leatherworking thread. So where is it? This. Okay, so this is called waxed leather, or what? Waxed thread. Chickens have teeth. Wait, what? Chickens don't have teeth. They have a beak. What do you mean chickens have teeth? Well, now we gotta find out. I mean, I thought that's where the phrase comes from. as rare as hen's teeth, because they don't have teeth. Do chickens have teeth? No. This one does. This one does. Yeah, a beak. A beak. They have little spikes, I guess. Is that what you were thinking they were supposed to look like? They do have little serrations, I guess. They got something. Oh, I love this one. Hey! Now we're just looking at chickens. Look how cool these guys are. Hi. Hello. Oh, look at this one. It's IF. Okay, I gotta stop looking at chickens. Sorry. Got completely distracted by just looking at chickens. What were we talking about before that? Chicken. Chicken Feet's that, the chicken horror game, right? Where there's like the giant chicken chasing you around. I watched the Game Grumps play that once. Pretty entertaining. Pretty entertaining. What were we talking about before we started talking about chicken teeth? What were we talking about? I gotta scroll back. Oh, leatherworking thread. Yes. Thread. Thank you, Hacks. So, this is waxed thread. It is a little bit more tactile. It's kind of thicker thread. And it's got a thin layer of wax on the outside. When I first started doing leatherworking, I thought the reason for that was you redeemed gravitas earlier. What? Oh, you did a redeem. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I missed it. How long ago was that? I saw the chicken attack. How long ago did you do gravitas? Oh no. I don't even see it. I don't even see it in here, Jimmy. I'm sorry, man. I suppose I can speak with more gravity as I talk about thread. So you see there is this thread. When I first began leatherworking, I thought that it was simply waxed to keep it in place better, to hold it in its spot. Cornvet is a witness, apparently. There you go. However, that is not the case. The real purpose of this is so that you can seal it afterward. Do you see this mark right here? This darker spot? That is a spot where I burned the thread. I burned the thread. And in burning the thread, you can then smudge it down. It creates a little seal of wax at the end of wherever you need it to be. So that is the purpose for using the waxed thread. Not only does it do a better job of keeping things in place and making sure everything works as it is supposed to, you can also use it to seal up your project at the very end. I think I told this story before, but it was very embarrassing the first time I learned that. For you see, the girl that taught it to me thought I was an idiot. I had asked her. I had gone into the leather shop and I said, excuse me, madam. I see that you are very experienced with leatherworking. Might I ask you a question? How do you seal your threads at the end to prevent them from causing problems? And she looked at me with the standard, what is this frickin' guy talking about face, and said, you just burn it. And I said, not wanting to look like an idiot anymore, I said, oh, and I walked away. I wandered about the building for a little while, embarrassed, but still turning over in my head. Burn it? What do you mean by burn it? Why would you burn the thread? I don't understand. And so I gathered my courage, and I went back and I said, excuse me, miss. I think that I may have misunderstood what you were getting at when you said burn it. What do you mean? And she said, once again looking at me like a freaking idiot, she said, you just take a lighter and you burn it. And I said, still pushing past the embarrassment, I said, could you show me? She took out a lighter and burned it and said, there you go. That was the story of when I learned what you're supposed to do, which apparently I guess Dan already freaking knew. Dan, why didn't you tell me if you already knew? I didn't know. I didn't know. How would I have known that? I learned all this on my own. Freaking guy. Anyway. So yeah, that's why you use wax thread. Did that answer your question, Hax? Hopefully so. Just assumed everybody freaking knew it. That small greenish pouch of your own making. No, actually. How do you know that? I don't know. Because I guess you're smarter than me, Dan. There you go. There's your voice clip. Go ahead and clip it. Go ahead and get that as a stream clip. Put it up on the website. Dan is smarter than me, says MoeChicken. No. Done with the gravitas. Gravitas is finished. Oh, you redeemed it? Fine, I guess I have to gravitas some more. Why is it not notifying me that that you're gravitasing things? That's very strange. I don't understand. You got to imagine that I was talking to her like that. Now say hobby ham streams. Did you know streaming? My dear apparent daughter, Hobby Ham, streams, but not recently, because she and her tech support have recently acquired a house. And in doing so, they have no freaking time for anything else. And so I don't even know where she's at in Earthbound anymore. It's very sad for me. And now how about my Steam game question, Mo? I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't even want to say that on air, Dan. I have not played that game, and I don't wish to speak it. It does not sound like a thing that I really want to say, frankly. I'm sure it is a real game. I'm sure it's very silly. Doesn't change the fact that I don't want to talk about it. All right, finally. Okay, so we have got our holes. Have we got our holes? No, we still don't have our holes. I gotta do more holes. So I gotta do the spine now. Doggone it. Maybe, Dan. Probably not gonna stream it, though. Oh, speaking of games, though, a friend of mine told me about a game that looks really good recently. It's called Gravity something. Let me see. Gravity something? Gravity Circuit. Guess I'm gonna do this again. Does it matter? This guy, Gravity Circuit. This looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really good. I haven't played it yet, but I was looking at the Steam page for it. It's on multiple systems, not just on Steam, but it looked good. It's free on Steam right now. Even better. All right. I need to mark things. So. These noises are important. Are the pockets for pens or pencils? No, the pocket is to hold the cover of the notebook. So the idea is that there will be a pocket over here, and that holds it closed. Easy now. I just haven't done the one on this side. I already have it cut out somewhere. Yeah. So this is the pocket for that side. So there'll be a pocket on both sides, and that will hold the other part of it. And then I'm also going to put one thing stretching in between here that will hold the thing in place. Yeah, thank you. You know, it's always fun. It's fun and a little nerve-wracking to like make something from scratch where you don't have a pattern. Because most of the time I buy patterns for a lot of the things I make. But I didn't start out doing that. The very first thing the very first thing I made was based on a kit. The second first thing I made, the second thing I made was an arm bracer that I just guessed on. You know, I was just like, I think it would work like this. I'll do this. And it turned out fine. Worked out just fine. So it's very exciting when you accomplish something like that. It's like, yeah, look at me. I'm a big smart boy with a big smart brain. I got that big brain. And once again, thank y'all for coming out and watching me do something a little bit different. You know, I didn't know if people would like this or not. I was joking that I was exploiting y'all's entertainment for so I could work on this some more. Where's my ruler? Ruler. I bet this is a notebook for Bleck so he can keep track of all the ways he's failed his first child, Blurvert, who desperately needs an octuple liver transplant. Man, I didn't know Blurvert had that many livers. Dude, poor kid. Why does this look sad? This looks diagonal. Wait, why does this look diagonal? What's going on here? That doesn't look right. You never seen a ruler with his own sleeve? I have actually encountered those before because I used to see them in graphic design school. They would have sleeved rulers. I think he had 13 at once, and now he's down to. Now he's got to have 8 of them transplanted. That's rough, kid. At least he still has 5 functioning livers. That's helpful. I've only got 1. Don't live like I did, man. I only have 1 left. Can you believe that? Only 1 functioning liver left. What am I gonna do with my life? It's ridiculous. Heartbreak, you tell me Goomba. Heartbreak, heartbreak. It's a game I've considered playing for y'all at some point. I know, Brink of Death. I gotta stop drinking so much. Actually, it's funny you should say that. I have been drinking more recently. So, many years ago, I had a friend, oh no, I don't remember his name anymore? Oh, I'm sad about that. I can't remember his name anymore. That sucks. I'm sad about that. It'll come to me. Anyway, he, as his hobby, loved mixology. He loved to make drinks, mix drinks, and all that kind of stuff. And one time, he came down to visit me. And while he was here, we went to various different, alcoholic places to try various mixed drinks. And he kind of got me into it a little bit. And so I bought like a ton of alcohols, liquors, and bitters and all this stuff. And then I realized I have no tolerance for alcohol. And I am a tremendous lightweight and can handle 1 drink. So I kind of fell off of it. Plus, I mean, it's just generally not healthy. I have enough vices with sugar and soda. So, and so I fell off. Well, the other day, I was looking at the liquor cabinet in my kitchen, and I was like, maybe I'll try and make something. And so I made something. I was like, that was kind of fun. And so then the next day, I was like, this was on the weekend. I was like, I'll try and make something else. I made something else, and it was fun. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of neat. Problem being, I'm still a lightweight, which means in both cases, it's diagonal. Oh, man. Can I just, like, rub it? Rub. I need like a T-square or something. That's annoying. That's annoying. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm disappointed by this. I'm disappointed by this. Vexed. I got diagonal. It's true. All diagonal. Alright. We're gonna have to go through. Go through. Push through. I've heard of going vertical. This is even drunker. Even drunker. More drunk than ever before. Are you ready for maximum drunkage? Directions, it's fine. Yeah, it is kind of funny to imagine that going vertical means you're drunk, because that's just standing up straight with no problems. Oh man, I drank so much, I'm vertical. I'm perfectly reasonable and not at all intoxicated. Ugh. Funny. I had a physical yesterday and they asked me how many drinks I had in the past for months. I told them none and they looked at me sideways like, really? You're gonna try saying that? And my reflexive response apparently convinced them because it said the last 2 times I bought a 6-pack, they went bad before I finished them. And they looked at me like some kind of loser. Oh, a tragedy. Yeah. It's a shame. Sorry you had to go through that. Not very fair. I don't know. I mean, you don't have to drink. Nobody says you have to drink. You don't have to drink. You have to do drugs. Whatever you want to do with your life. It's your life. As long as you're safe about it, as long as you're responsible and you don't hurt anybody else, it's your life. You enjoy it. The problem is when it starts to become a problem, basically. Actually, that was the reason that I did not have a drink last night. So I was like, I can't make this an everyday thing. And so I told myself, I'm not gonna make one tonight. But drugs make me cooler. Oh, but drugs though. Do you know how much cooler you are when you do drugs? Oh, you don't. But again, you know, it's your life. It's true, corn-fed. Do more drugs. So says Hobby Ham. Obi-am. Obi-am. Alright, I'm gonna poke all these holes. It's gonna be kind of hard for me to find these. Back to stabbing time with MoeChicken again. Oh, Cyber. Is Cybernator here? Although I didn't end up trying Molly a couple weeks ago because I found it back. Oh, it's the purpose of the... Yeah. It's just there to help me kind of like figure... Did you hear about that new drug trend in the Necrovoods? It's called the Gray Death. I have not heard about the Gray Death. Is it a stream appropriate thing to talk about? Can't say I've ever heard of the Gray Death. Doesn't sound like much fun though. It actually sounds more like a some kind of cryptid or something. No, there's some crazy new lab that made these drugs. They soak them into paper and smuggle it into prisons. Interesting. Alright, so tell us about the Grey Death. What is it? What is it? Might as well tell us. I got nothing better to do. I'm just stabbing leather. Also, is Cybernator here? I tried to... I was gonna ask them about something, but... This is not for Cyber, no. But I had a question I was gonna ask them about Final Fantasy 3. I think it was Cyber that asked about it a long time ago. There are 2 glitches I know about in FF3 that I wanted to show off. And when we talked about this a long time ago, I think it was Cyber who said that he had never heard of either one. And so since I've gotten to the point in the game where I could do them, I was thinking of showing them off on stream. But I don't know if they're really interested. It's cocktail drugs that dealers start to put together. There's a chance of it getting you super high and a chance of it literally killing you on the first round. Genuinely just one round. The estimates are that it's 50-50 depending on how the chemists... Oh no. It's terrible. I mean, again, it's your life. It seems like a long way to go. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like... Isn't there like a thing in like The Witcher or something where they have to drink some like special drink that if you drink it and survive, you get like Witcher powers, but most people just die from it? That's what this sounds like. It sounds like it's some sort of like... It's like, oh, if you survive it, you'll have superpowers, but it's probably gonna kill you. It's popular amongst leatherworkers. Well, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but that sure doesn't sound like a good idea to me. But I'm also a loser. Oh, hey, there's Cyber. Cyber, welcome back. I wanted to ask you, do you remember a long time ago we were talking about glitches in Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo? We talked about the what I call the nudity glitch, and then also the vanish sketch glitch. I have gotten far enough in the game that I could show you those if you want to see them. I don't know if you care or not, but I can now show them off if you want to see them. So. Wait, is someone talking about drugs? Did someone mention Mary J? That was one that I also didn't know for a long time. How did the diagonalists work out? I mean, not great. It's still there. But hopefully, since it's not actually holes, it's just kind of like a mark, it will gradually fade. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Let's see. You remember the nudity glitch in version 1.0 of Cyberpunk 2077? That glitch was everywhere for like a week. Yeah. Well, so this one it's actually a palette glitch. For those who are familiar with Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, one of the characters is a girl named Terra, and as part of the storyline, she gains access to this like super form, like a magical beast form, and in it she's kind of like she's naked, but she's also like a mannequin. You know, she's just kind of like this white formless creature, or this white like vaguely feminine looking creature. Well, there's a part early in the game where you can very easily cause the game to output like the game can't find the correct sprite for a certain situation, and instead it displays Terra's transformed state, but it uses chicken fingers. I know, right? Please don't eat them. It uses the currently loaded palette, which has a flesh tone, so it basically creates this like naked looking version of Terra's Esper form. And it's funny. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's a very benign glitch. It just kind of like temporarily displays naked Terra, and then it's over with. But I think it's something I found on my own, which is why it's so funny to me. It's a glitch that I found out about on my own. It's like the Chrono Trigger glitch I showed off a long time ago, where you can make a statue of Princess Nadia anytime you want. It's really silly. I already made one today so that I could jokingly pretend to be the head of Dr. Pepper's online marketing partnership programs. Nope. Sorry, Dan. I'm sure it was a joke. I missed it. I always feel bad when I miss your jokes, but sometimes I just don't get them. All right, what are we doing? We gotta do the other line. I swear at some point we will get to stitch something and it's not just all gonna be... Not a joke, there's a lot of missing context. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad it wasn't just that I'm stupid. Not this time, at least. We've already gone for an hour and a half. Man, I hope that this has been interesting. I'm sorry. So what have y'all been up to? Anybody do anything? Is there a difference between sewing the pocket to the one layer versus trying it with both layers at once? So, what I intend... So the outer cover, this darker brown cover, was an afterthought. What I should have done was prepared all three pieces. So this inner piece, the middle, and the outside at the same time. I'm going to have to restitch all of this again. But on this side, since I haven't done it yet, I'll just only have to do one pass. So to answer your question, I should have done it where I went through all three pieces the first time. That was an error on my behalf. I should not have done it. Yeah, it'll be pre-punched. That's the reason why I'm still punching, is because the more you do up front, the easier it will be. Now, admittedly, like I was saying earlier, the reason that I use this guy is because it makes nice wide stitching holes, much wider than I can get with this guy. So it will be harder to do this. The problem is that, like, if I can't get in there to get this, I'm kind of stuck doing it this way. So that's why inner sections of any sort of leatherworking project are kind of more of a pain. I'm going to use my rubber mallet. Stop dropping things. Come back. So I only recently started using this guy. This is, I think they just call it a stitching maul. I used to use this, a rubber mallet. And it seemed like it worked fine. But then I was hearing, like, people were being like, "Oh no, you should use the stitching maul or whatever." And I'm like, "Why? Rubber mallet works great." It does look like a lint roller. You're right. Absolutely does. It's hot in here. I'll be right back. It's so hot in here. Once again, I keep saying it, but thank y'all for coming out for this. I really do enjoy just hanging out with y'all, doing stuff. At some point, we are going to get back to playing video games. I know I've been doing a lot of, like, non-video game content recently, but it's because I've been wanting to work on other things. What can I say? Video games do rot your brain. It's true. That's why I don't really have one anymore. Remember, kids, video games will make you stupid. Not true, by the way. Oh yeah, you can't thank me enough for this. It's true, I can't. Thank you, Cornfed. You're making all this possible. Yeah, you did do that painting stream where you did that, like, what was it, like an Elder Lich or something? The thing was cool. For those who don't know, a long time ago, at this point, Dan did a stream where he painted it was, well, technically it was a miniature, but it was still, like, huge. Like, it was a giant miniature. Sounds like a oxymoron. It was one of the brothers of Diablo. Oh, okay. I actually do have something we could paint if you want to see me do another painting stream. I've got some of those little robot guys that I need to paint at some point, and I just got my 3D printer fixed, so I can start 3D printing again. But I don't know. I gotta play video games at least some of the time. I'm on a video game channel. Ages ago, in the before time, Dan Dang did it, held aloft the giant miniature, and it was good. Bonk. 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 I should put the bigiature. It's a 2.5 cubed miniature that you'll eventually owaint. $2.5 cubed? So 2 cubed would be 8, right? 2.5 cubic feet? That's a big miniature. Some might even say it's not miniature at that point. What is it? Is it like the Tarrasque or something? Oh, it's Cthulhu? He's pretty big. Pretty big. Did y'all ever see that Cthulhu dating sim? The Game Grumps played that once. It was interesting. It's one of those ones that, like, anytime I go through their catalog and I'm, like, looking for stuff to watch, I see it and I'm like, huh, that was funny. And then I just keep going, you know? When the creators put it on Chaos, they put a picture of it next to their daughter for scale. All right, I think we have now punched all the holes. Great. So let's start stitching. This. Where are my scissors? Let's go stitching. Let's go. I'm gonna start with the hardest part, which will be the spine, because it makes the most sense. It'll also hold the thing in place. All right, so. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. So they actually do sell leather sewing machines. Like I see that anytime I go to the leather store, I see it and I'm like, I just covet. I'm like, ooh, a sewing machine. I have a sewing machine actually. I think I've told you all about this before too. I got into costume design right when Joann's went out of business, and it was very unfortunate timing, because since then no one's really stepped up to kind of replace it. Although I will say, my local Michaels has started to carry fabric now, or more fabric. They carried fabric before, but they're carrying even more fabric now. The problem is, it's all quilting fabric. And as someone who has tried to make a costume using quilting fabric, I know you need apparel fabric or it's going to be uncomfortable as heck. Frankly. You need apparel fabric. Otherwise, it's going to be uncomfortable. Are you a quilter, Hobby? Did I know this about you? I may have known that about you, actually. You made one quilt? My mother was a quilter. Like with so many of my mom's hobbies, though, it started to take up way too much of her life. Like, she started to get really frustrated. She was just constantly working on quilts, and so she had to stop. You have one in the works, sort of. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, I felt bad that it was so absorbing for my mom, because I know it was exhausting. Mother was my hamster, and my father smelt of elderberries. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry. Now go away, or I will insult you a second time. I can't imagine Hobby Ham having any hobbies other than ham. It is her favorite. I got 75% finished quilt from a craft store for $10 with all the pieces to finish up. You got a 75% finished quilt from a craft store. Was it like a commercially produced product that, like, was it like a kit, or was it someone had just made this and then gave up most of the way through? Or I feel like I don't fully understand this. Oh, okay, someone gave up their almost finished quilt. That's interesting. Oh, you tag me in the artsy sections like in the picture. All right, let's take it out. Take a look. Holy! Oh, you have shown me this before. Y'all gotta look at this thing. It's huge. Look at this guy. Look at the lady. She's funny too. That's a big Cthulhu. He's got a weird groin. I don't know what I expected Cthulhu's nethers to look like, but I wasn't expecting barnacles. She's like, "Is this my father? Are you my father?" That's amazing. So, my decision to put this, to stitch along the seams of the spine here is for two things. First and foremost, it will keep the leathers together, which is important. But I'm hoping we'll also create a natural bend at that point, so that I can, so it will conform a bit better to the shape of the notebook. Because what I was noticing when I was trying to, when I was testing things out, was that when you close it, it kind of pulls away a little bit. So you can kind of see it has this little gap here. I don't really like that little gap there. I also don't really like the fact that the book is so much smaller, but whatever. It's too late now. I thought I measured it right, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, I'm hoping that by putting a seam there, it will enable it to bend naturally. I hope never acquire another miniature that big ever again. I was tempted when they did another season of that particular board game. Option for the similar size Godzilla. They would fight in the game for reals. That's so cool. Godzilla would win because Godzilla's awesome. Oh, hang on. We need holes here. Did somebody say branding? I could get like a logo or something. I mean, if I was gonna do a logo, it'd probably just be like my chicken character. I realize that that's effectively what my channel's branding is just me, just my chicken, MoeChicken. That is, in effect, how I identify my channel. Actually, speaking of that, and how strange people's branding can be. There's a rather prolific Game Grumps compilation channel called Lesmo Best Ofs. Well, thank you very much. And for whatever reason, it seems like their branding is this one image of one of the characters from Robot Alchemic Drive. What was her name? Nanao, I think is her name. I'll show y'all in a sec. Oh, this song is cool. Let's see. I was watching one earlier. History. Where is it? Bunch of Game Grump stuff. Where is it? This. Fresh. I watch so many like animal shorts nowadays. Just they're fun. I guess I'll have to search for it. Let's see. Lesmo Best of. Shut up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This girl. So you see this like, well, this girl character, the one like the face in this like cloak right here. She just shows up in every one of their thumbnails. And it's like really weird. She just keeps showing up in all of these thumbnails for some reason. Look at her, she's in all of them. She's just always there in the background for some reason. Anyway, I don't know. It just stood out to me because it's like, why? Why is that the thing you decided to go with? Is this one character from Robot Alchemic Drive? My YouTube recommendations are mostly squirrel. Oh, hang on. There we go. That's pretty fun too. I'd be fine with squirrel videos. For a little while there, I was watching, well, listening to, I guess, those like bird feeder channels, you know, where it's like it's just like a live footage of just a bird feeder. They're like really relaxing to just have in the background. I think I need to go through my 2 giant boxes of random unpainted minis that don't belong to any particular board game. Yeah, you do it, man. I'll be happy with that. Paint some minis. Especially if they're like fantasy stuff. I love those. I was at the 3D printer store the other day because I was getting my 3D printer repaired. Which, by the way, Dad, you made me so embarrassed the other day when you pointed out the fact that I paid the Geek Squad like $170 or something to like plug my RAM back in. I paid the 3D printer store about $150 to plug a switch back in. I was like, it's not for that. It's for the feeling of security where it's like, yes, I know that there's a guarantee that it will work now. That's what I'm paying it for. I know you weren't. It was just like, when you said it, it was such a like, yeah, shut up. I didn't know what the problem was, and I was worried. I didn't know how to fix it myself. I know you weren't really trying to embarrass me, but it was definitely one of those moments where I'm like, shut up. I know. I mean, for me in that instance, like, the rationale I gave was that it saved me a lot of time and headache by by putting it in someone else's hands. I can make you feel better. I'm nervous. Immediately nervous by that statement. What does Dan mean he's going to make me feel better? Ow. Freaking ow. I keep stabbing myself. It's the worst thing about doing stitching. Oh, another thing that's useful to have. Where is it? Where's that thing? There's a little tool you can get to... Where is that thing? Gone. Is it in the other room? It might be in the other room. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, so this guy. It's a rubber thimble. You can buy. I got this at Michael's, I think, and it just gives you a bit better grip on your needle. And it'll save you a little bit of wear and tear on your fingers. So, a useful thing to have. Next, you'll hear a knock at the door, and suddenly it's Dan. Did you know Dan? Oh, it's Rhapsody music. This is such a lovely song. I gotta play Rhapsody for y'all at some point. You're gonna give me a dumb Tech Dan story? Nice. Do y'all know that game, Rhapsody? It's a PlayStation 1 game. Real cute game. I used to describe it as a Disney game that you can play, like a Disney RPG, because that's sort of what it's like. It's a musical. It's got like fully voiced musical bits in it, which are now very dated and cheesy, which is entertaining to listen to. And it's just kind of like a nice story of like a girl going on an adventure to save the prince of her dreams from an evil witch. And it's entertaining. But it's got some really pleasant songs in it. One of which is the one we're hearing right now. Get stabbed! Well, Dan is presumably typing out his extremely long Dumb Dan story. I have a question for y'all. This is something I've never known. So, as people who are unfortunate enough to be in the same Discord with me might know, I write as I speak. I write in the same long-winded way that I speak. And I will usually, if I'm sending out like a collection of statements, like if I'm telling a story or something like that, I will write a little bit, push enter, write a little bit, push enter, and that's how I do it. Instead of doing it as like one solid block, I do it as like sections. I always thought that was the most manageable way to do it, because it allows you to, it doesn't confront you with this huge block of text. It allows you to kind of like consume the story over time. However, I now wonder if that's more annoying because you keep getting these notifications like in your Discord. It's like bling, 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 bling. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Is it better, like if you have to send out a story in like a messenger system or something like that, is it better to do it as one solid block or over a series of notes? Personally, do not like the split up messages at all, especially in a work context. Drives you nuts. Oh, here we go. When I was married, the wife's computer was acting up. It stopped booting up one day. I tried switching up. Oh, What's going on here? Okay. I tried swapping out the RAM, the HDD, the GPU, even the CPU. Nothing was working. She was frustrated. Just borrowed money from her dad so we could buy a budget gaming PC to replace the whole thing. We listed the old machine on Craigslist as broken. Of course, some guy comes by and buys it for $75. An hour later, he calls me, and I am not I'm not about to answer that phone call because the ad was very clear it was busted. And I made sure he knew verbally before he bought it. Guy tries to call a couple more times and finally gives up. About 15 minutes after that, he emails me using the Craigslist email system, and he's like, I got it fixed. It just needed a little new battery for the BIOS. I'll sell it back to you all fixed up for $100. Wow. I mean, cool on him to, like, offer it back at some degree. What else was said? I missed some things. Do not like split messages at all. Right hate speaks of multiple sins. Drives you nuts. Best to do it all caps without punctuation. Amount of time my colleagues have wasted with those multiple sin messages and the constant notification in MS Teams seems to be infuriating. Yeah, I get that. There's a MS Teams chat that I'm in at work that also drives me nuts because they're just constantly sending information back. Although in that case, it's because that team is just really active. And I'm not involved with it. Like it's like a chat I'm in as sort of a legacy thing. And I should really just get out of the chat, honestly. But I keep thinking maybe they'll need me again for something, so I still have it open. And yeah, they're just constantly sending messages back and forth. I didn't get nearly as much done on this stream as I had hoped to. Well, it's only 8:14 here. I could just keep going if y'all want. If y'all just want, I mean, once I get done here, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be keep continuing to work on this. So if y'all just want to hang out with me while I keep working on it, I don't mind. If you got something better to do, though, I totally get it. It's unfortunate. I know that Robo is not streaming this week. Because he's taken a mental health break, which is understandable. Y'all are okay with me? Okay, well, we can keep going for a little while longer. Because again, if I stopped, I would just go to the other room and keep doing this. So, hey, why not? Do it with an audience. Why not? Plus, you get to see me doing something that, you know, I haven't done before on stream, and hopefully it's been entertaining, you know? Interesting, at least. Wide awake! Yeah, that was me last night. I could not get to sleep last night. It was awful. I had twitchy leg. Gotta figure out what you want to stream this weekend. Yes! Good friend Dan does streams as well as hobby. Got to see some 3DO this last weekend, which was awesome. I had never actually seen anyone play the 3DO. All your stream streaks are going to be destroyed. I'm sorry, hobby. Couldn't sleep until after 6 a.m. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like it's such a, like, I always feel like it's such a tragedy when people lose sleep. Because, like, you need sleep, man. It's important. You gotta sleep. It just screws everything up if you don't sleep. Nice try, Dan. You don't sleep. It's like, getting back to that, Overlord book series. So the main character in it is... Ooh, is this Silent Storm? Is this Silent Storm? I think it is. Yeah, it is! Oh, this song is so good. This is a song from Breath of Fire 4. And I always loved this song so much. Like, this is one of the songs you would sometimes hear in a dungeon. And I always just thought it was the coolest friggin' song, man. Poor sleep is why you don't drink more. Makes sense. Have you tried the anime of Overlord? Yes, I have seen the first 3 seasons of Overlord. I didn't actually even know there was a 4th season. I found that out through the books, actually. The books mentioned that they had a 4th season. I don't know if I want to watch the anime, though. Oh, I didn't finish the thought. Yeah, the main character of Overlord is like a lich. And because he is an undead, he doesn't need to sleep anymore. And so he has to, like, figure out things to do over the course of the evening while everyone else is sleeping. So he, like, reads and stuff, and he's just like, I'm so bored. I want to do things. I'm just sitting here. And I thought about, like, how awful that would be. Because the first thing you think of when you think, oh, you don't have to sleep anymore? You must get so much done. But it's like, no, man, I just have to sit there for hours and hours while everyone else is sleeping. That sucks, dude. It's a gamer kid who isekai into the... Yeah, well, I mean, I mentioned that earlier today. One thing that's been very interesting as well is learning how much Maruyama-sensei, the author of the series, apparently he developed, like, a ton of supplemental material for, like, the real world, like the world that the main character got isekai'd from. You just described 2 years of your life when you worked overnights. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I had a friend who used to work nights, and he would talk about how weird it is just be, like, awake when everyone else is asleep. Just kind of, like, waiting. But yeah, apparently the author of the series had, like, all kinds of information relating to, like, the real world, which is frankly not relevant at all to the story. Like, it's at no point do they, like, go back to the real world. They don't even, like, flash back to the real world. Like, one of the major aspects of the story is that the main character misses the friends he had back when he used to play the game. But there's still, like, all kinds of this other information. Like, apparently it's like a distant future where there's been, like, all kinds of environmental destruction and people live in, like, self-contained environments and stuff. And it was very interesting. I was like, wow, you really put together a lot of, like, supplemental info that never comes up in the story. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why you would do it, but it's just interesting. It's always interesting to hear. Like, I want to say when the Lord of the Rings movies were coming out, they talked about, like, how they had to do a ton of supplemental research just for, like, extremely minor things. Creators of Dot Hack apparently fleshed out a ton of the real world side stuff before they did the manga, and then they only need a teeny portion of it for the story. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. All that sort of stuff also helps yourself with writing the characters. You know, it's like, by knowing these details about the story, even if you never actually, like, talk about it, it establishes your setting so much more believably. So you're a bad DM. Yeah, I could never be a DM. It seems like a lot of work, man. It seems very difficult to be a DM. I respect people who can. When I was in high school and I played Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, I had a friend who was maybe he was OCD. He had a mental condition. I don't remember which one it was, though. But it gave him a point of always having, like, everything prepared. Everything was completely fleshed out. It was completely established. Everything was ready to go every time we'd sit down. And so you were always certain that, like, the world was going to be very complete. It's a lot of work, but I bet I would enjoy it if you did. I probably would. I think for me, I don't think I would be a good DM because I don't think I would challenge enough, frankly. I think the problem is that I would make things too easy. Frankly. Like, I think that's also the reason why I probably wouldn't be very good at writing more, like, sophisticated like drama or anything. I just wouldn't I wouldn't create enough of a challenge for my characters because I would feel too bad. I'd be like, no, I want them to win. I was known as Robotussin DM? What? What? As long as you can do silly voices, you can get away with a lot. Oh, this is another good song. Oh, by the way, since we turned the music down earlier, is it still fine? Hopefully it still sounds good. You prefer lower music? Okay, I can bring it down some more. Brought it down a little bit more for you hacks. If you set up a super short mini campaign, maybe 2 to 3 sessions, would you be interested? It's a bit more fleshed out. Yes, I would be interested. I don't know if you're talking to me about that, Dan, but I would be interested. Actually, speaking of that, for the folks who are in the Discord, the other day on Ian's stream, he was talking about the Did You Know Gaming Did You Know Gaming board game. And I mentioned that I had it, but I don't have any friends nearby who would really want to play it. And someone mentioned the idea of a virtual desktop or like a virtual tabletop. So we could maybe try, like, if anyone's interested, we could maybe try to play a board game night sometime or something. I don't know much about how the game is set up. Because again, I got it because I thought it looked neat, and then I realized I had nothing to do with it. But I don't know, that'd be an idea. For a long time now, I've bandied about the idea of doing more Discord stuff. Do massive virtual tabletops. Well, it sounds like you are the person I need to speak to. This is the second thing I will need you to help me set up, along with doing the online emulator stuff so I can play Flashback Friday with Black. So I do still want to do that. That sounds fun. Come out of there. Jeez. Sometimes the thread gets so stuck. RetroArch, yeah. I'll show y'all the board game though. Hang on. That's it. Do You Know Gaming? It's like a card game, I think. As you can see, I haven't even opened it. We've done very much with it, but it's got cards, it's got trivia. It looks fun. I mean, I'd like to play it. I just, like, the only friend I have in the area, he's a gamer, but not as much, I think, as I am. And so I don't know that he would actually be interested in playing this with anybody. Maybe we could try it. I don't know. Over there! Let's keep throwing all these things over onto my bed over there. Having someone who knows how to do tech support is very, very valuable in most life situations. It's extremely helpful to have someone who knows the wizardry. It's like how it used to be so useful to have someone who knew how to work on cars. The modern equivalent of that is someone who knows how to work on computers. You just need to have someone like that in your life. Another good song. I really like this one too. This is from Stone of Mana. Ooh, tech support can do some cars too? Nice. Found you a good man. My growing up, my uncle used to be a big car guy, and he passed away when I was actually still pretty young. But I remember always thinking like his garage looked so cool because he had all this like amazing stuff. in the garage. He actually gave my sister a lamp that's made out of an old plane engine. It's like an old prop plane engine part made into like a lamp. It's so cool. How tough are the questions? Is it like, did you know Mars? I'm guessing it's the former. One of, like, on the outside of the box, it has a question that says something like, who is the protagonist of the Legend of Zelda series? So I'm guessing it's not too difficult, but again, I haven't even played it, so I don't know. I mean, I think they intended for it to probably be for their audience. So presumably it's about that level of difficulty. Yeah, it's Zelda. It's in the name. What a dumb question. How would you not know that? Error. Error is the protag. Yeah, well, he's got that good friend Bagu. Got excited maybe 18 months ago because I met someone who seemed like a gamer, then asked them what times the game is, and Madden and Call of Duty, and it's like, yeah, I get that. That's definitely something I miss from where I used to live. I realize now that this was a very, like, low stakes point in my life. But when I was, like, between the ages of, like, 24 to maybe, like, 26, 27, when I was, like, living at home with my parents, I had a friend who lived within walking distance, and we would just play video games every night. I miss that so much. Like, that's the reason I have any sort of online presence, is because I was trying to somehow recapture the idea of being able to just play games. Play games that I like, play games that I care about with someone else. I miss it so much. Like the other night I was talking to Ian, and he was saying like how he and his fiance will like just sit down on the couch and play a video game, and I'm like, wow, what's that like? It's been like, I don't know, 15 years since I had that. You gotta appreciate what you have while you have it. There's no guarantee you'll keep it. And that's for truth. You wish you liked multiplayer or anything? I mean, even if it's not multiplayer, like, most of the time when I was playing games with that friend of mine, I would just watch. I would just sort of watch him play. And I was fine with that. It was just the nature of, like, getting to experience games together. It's ridiculous. Imagine trying to play with Ian. I know, right? How awful. Weren't we just talking earlier about how we wished he was playing Minecraft with us? Tech Support and I will do I play, you watch, and I like that better. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's like, there were so many games that I got to experience by watching someone else play it. I appreciate that, Dan. It might happen someday. We gotta have another MoeCon at some point. A little sleepover. I know, right? Except apparently Dan is a giant. And then Dan harvests my skin. Nice! That's the best part. Harvest my skin, takes Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 3. It'll be great for him. Fezdari. Like, I think I first experienced FF12 by watching someone else play. I first experienced the Persona games watching someone else play them. There's so many games that I probably wouldn't have tried if I didn't have someone else to hang out with while I was doing it. It's crazy. That's also probably the reason why I play so many of the same games over and over again, is because I'm trying to mentally recapture that spot. MoeCon 2 or MoeGeddon. That would be an excellent shirt design. I still gotta make that those shirts I talked about the other day. Speaking of, actually, speaking of shirts, did anyone order the MoeChicken shirt? I put that a while back and they still haven't sent me mine. I'm kind of really frustrated with the like the people that I usually do my merch through. They used to be very like prompt, but the past 2 times I've tried to go through them, they're just sort of like, nah, man. You get your stuff when you get your stuff. Actually, not even just them. The people that I used to go through to get my my reproduction cards, they also, I think, pretty much just took my money at this point. They haven't sent me anything. I tried to send them an email and their email just bounced back, so I don't know, maybe they closed down and they just left the website up or something, I'm not sure. Hobby Ham, but the promo's code was that you stream. You post the link again? Yeah, sure. Get your repro cards on AliExpress. A fleet of ghost ships. Ooh, that's cool. Let's see. Copy this. Copy. There you go. Oh, you're being serious. Interesting. Wait, is this Grandia? Yeah, it's Grandia. There's another one that I wouldn't have played if not for having a friend there to play with. It's a fun game too. I can recommend Grandia. It's an enjoyable game. It's a real cute game. It's like a coming of age story. Pretty solid gameplay too, but I never would have picked it up if someone hadn't been there. You're Grandia. Oh, thanks. Ow. Freaking hands, man. This is why you poke. This is why you make the holes really easy to use, is because like otherwise you're just tearing your fingers up. Look at these awful tootsies. Miserable, torn up. Watched a lot of Tekken. I think the only Tekken game I ever really got into was Tekken 2, and I say got into because my friend was into it. Excuse me. I have always been terrible at fighting games because I get flustered too easily. I very rapidly devolve into the button mashing mindset. Wonder why they don't offer different color barracks. Yeah, I don't know. I joined that website Spring just on a whim. I think someone recommended it to me. But I keep getting these emails from this other guy who's like, "Hey, do you want to do your merch through us?" And I'll be honest, I'm thinking about it at this point. Because like it's, oh, I threw it away. Okay, I thought I might have stole the email. Spring has really not been impressing me recently, which is a shame too, because the couple of shirts that I have from Spring are very nice. But I got to be an expert at DOA 4 by passing the control each time. Yeah, that kind of thing is cool. Put together an irrigation system and your fingertips are hurting a lot of pressing little parts into plastic. Put together an irrigation system? Like for a garden? I'm sorry your fingertips hurt, but I'm very confused by this statement. Are you talking about a like an outdoor garden irrigation system? Hey Mo, did you know cyber gardens? Drip lines for garden. Okay, neat. Oh, speaking of cyber, that little video you put on in the brutal Discord of Toonces in like the bag. Holy crap, dude, that thing was so cute. It was such a cute little video. Oh my gosh, I was saying it. I said as much in the Discord, but like, if I had a cat that liked me, I might have a drastically different perspective on cats. Like, I think folks that like cats have had the experience of a cat that liked them. And if you don't have that experience, you just kind of get used to this idea that they don't care. Like, that's the stereotype about cats, right? Is that they could just as easily kill you, kind of thing. But if they like you, they really like you, and they're super duper sweet. Find cats more. That's the thing, though, is that you probably have a cat that likes you. If you don't have a cat that likes you, you have no relationship with the animal because it just doesn't want anything to do with you. At least with a dog, it can like, it probably will interact with you a little bit, even if it walks off after a little bit. But with a cat, if a cat doesn't like you, it just doesn't give a crap. It'll just walk away. So, I don't know. I think that's like, I say things like, "Oh, cat, I've never met a delightful free room." Never once. They don't like me. Like, there was a video that I think Amber put on the Discord where it was like this cat just walked up to her and started petting her, and she started petting it. That's never happened to me. They don't trust me. I don't know, but this is an explanation for why I'm not a cat guy, is because they don't want anything to do with me. So I don't want anything to do with them. All right, so this is the burning thing. So you take your lighter, take the little spot where it's got the little fuzz, light it up, burn it down, blow it out, squish it down, and it seals it. And that's why it's waxed. So that's finished now. You've had so many random street cat encounters, like several per year. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I have the stink of awful, and that's why cats don't want anything to do with me. They know you actually work with cat leather. Yeah, of course. That's what it is. That's the secret all along. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this next. Meowsma. I was talking to y'all about the idea of like how my first encounter with the word miasma was through Inuyasha, right? I think I was talking about that.
Meow! That's right. Jesse, James, let's go steal that Pikachu. Freaking Pikachu over here.
And I'm doing this again. Gotta go all the way around it. Thank you. I don't do very many actual accents. For the most part, my voice acting is just like silly voices. Like non-specific silly voices. But apparently I can do an okay Meowth. I was hoping to get to show y'all some of the, like, burnishing the sides before we had to stop the stream. But I'm not sure if I'll actually make it that far. Oh, yeah. Super Solitaire music, baby. Yeah. This game had like the best streaming or the best solitaire music. No, Thursday we're playing a video game. We're playing a video game. This is a video game channel technically. We're gonna play a game. I'm gonna play Mega Man. Damn it! I don't want to give up on Mega Man. It was too much fun. We gotta get back to the Blue Hour. But yeah, this game's music was awesome. I'm not gonna play Chicken Feet. No, we have other games we have to play. We have Mega Man Legends. We have Earthbound Zero. We could potentially play more Mina the Hollower, although I'm probably just gonna play that on my own. We have games to play. We love Leather. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that this has worked out so well. I really wasn't sure if this would resonate with y'all at all, but it seems like this has been Zook Hero 2. No. That's a negatory, good buddy. Gotta quit playing games and play some games! Stream extra late on Thursday? Why? Would that be more convenient for you, Hobby? You heard Mina the Hollower is taking people literally 120 hours. Really? Jeez. That's a lot more of a commitment than I was expecting. How late would it have to be, Hobby? What time is it now for you, and what time would you be expecting? I assume you customize your schedule based on my availability. Yeah, I gotta make sure you can't watch any. It's very important. Isn't Zook Hero 2 like Mega Mem? Is that not the same thing? Lots of extra grinding to max things out so they could do the last couple of things. It's currently almost 6, and I'll probably get back at like 6 or 6:30. Oh, well, I mean, this is just a little bit later than my normal streaming time. Like, normal. It's been changing a lot recently. But it used to be that my streams would start at 8 or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And it's only 8:44 right now. Stream extra late for Hobby and extra early for me. I would love to do, like, more weird time streams. Like, one of the things that I've wanted to do for a while is, like, a middle-of-the-night stream. Like, start streaming at, like, 3 a.m. my time. And just kind of see who shows up. The thing is, though, if I did that, I would have to be, like, really quiet. Because I don't want to, like, wake up my neighbors. You know? I already worry that I'm too loud when I'm doing internet content. But I don't know, there's just something sort of fun about... Oh, it is 3 a.m. there? Corn, go to bed. I appreciate your being here, but go to bed if it's that late. I'm so sorry, man. I appreciate your being here, but that's so late. Yeah, I don't know, there's something kind of fun about the idea of, like, streaming in the middle of the night. I think I started to become curious about that. But you don't want to? Well, okay. It's your life, man. If you want to hang out and watch me stitch leather, I'm cool with it. Just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Zook Hero 2 is a Chinese Game Boy Color game. It is technically bootleg, but it's not... Oh, wait. Maybe I do know this. Okay, this is not the game I was thinking of. I thought we were talking about that Mega Mem game, and I didn't want to play that. I think you did tell me about Zook Hero 2 before. Let me look it up. Let's see. Oh yeah, you did show me this. Zook Hero 2. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. Maybe. I definitely thought it was the Zook or the Mega Mem thing. You slept all day because you weren't feeling well. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling better now. Not feeling well is awful. Awful. You can't see it, but I have my sincere face on right now. You have one of those? That's nice. Wish I had one of those. I've just got a standard chicken face. Sincere chicken face. You have a kind face. An honest face. Ooh, Chrono Cross music. I tell you what, Chrono Cross got their aesthetics down pat, man. That is a aesthetic AF game. The music's good, the visuals are good. Just wish the game was good. My opinion. I know some people like it. I don't. Well, let me amend that. I like parts of it. It's a tragedy, is what it is in the end. It's just a tragedy to me. There's so many ways that I think it could have been much better. And I think that's a shame. You know, it's definitely one of those situations where I think about it and I'm like, it could have been a contender. You know, it could have been amazing. But it had these just like a collection of little faults here and there that just ruined the whole experience. Also, I never answered. Someone asked about this a long time ago. The stream. I did not make this. This was purchased. I got that from an Amish leather goods store in Pennsylvania. When I went up there with my parents, we saw a leather goods store, and they were like, "Oh, nice! It's you love leather, right? Let's stop in." And it was a nice little store, but it was mostly like finished goods. I was hoping they would find like leather working goods, but no, it was just for finished goods. My opinion, the Chrono Cross shouldn't have been burned with the Chrono name because it's yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I think I mean, I don't need to explain all my hang-ups about Chrono Cross, but one of them is the fact that I think they couldn't decide if they wanted to make a sequel to Chrono Trigger or their own thing. And I think if they had just stuck to their own thing, it would have worked much better. I think in general, Chrono Cross was limited by its association with Chrono Trigger. I feel like that's one of the major flaws of the game. Is that anytime they brought up anything from Chrono Trigger, it was usually to the detriment of both games, actually. Like, one of my big complaints about the game is that it didn't seem to respect its source material. And as someone who really likes Chrono Trigger, and presumably the people you're trying to sell it to are people who really liked Chrono Trigger, it's an odd decision to treat your source material so badly. Last time I drove out to Eaton, Pennsylvania, I drove through the Amish section. I saw a cop pulling one of them over in their literal horse-drawn carriage. A high-speed chase by horse-drawn carriage. Yeah, I mean, they really do. They drive them around there. It's interesting. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I noticed about the Amish is just how normal they were, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I just sort of thought, oh, there's this weird group of people who eschew technology and they have weird beards and blah, blah, blah. And no, they're just normal people. They just live a little different. So that was a thing for me. I was like, oh, I guess I should have checked my prejudice a little bit. Reminded me, I quested for years for a pink leather wallet, not a clutch or a Velcro child-sized wallet, but a pink normal leather wallet. I did eventually order one from a guy in India. Really nice, lasts about a decade. I tell you what, if you have a design for a leather wallet, you let me know. I might be able to find some pink leather for you. I mean, I can tell you this much, Cyber. There are a ton of... You saw my legs? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Please forgive me. The less of my body you can see, the better. I tell you what, Cyber. Go on to Tandy Leather, that website I talked about earlier, and look through their patterns for it was generative AI. Streamers don't have legs. It's true. I'm just a what do they call that thing? Not a stream bot. Stream avatar. One of those things. Actually, funny you should say that. But let me finish the thought about Cyber. Cyber, go on to Tandy Leather, look through their leather catalog and their leather patterns catalog. And if you see something in there that you like, we'll talk about it. And it'll work just fine. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. What a sad song that is. You know? It's like it's one of those songs that's like, it's so famous and it's got such a it's like such a nice like it's such a cool song that you don't really think about like how sad the story is. It's the story of someone who like he shot someone, you know, it's sort of like he's like a young kid, he shot someone and he's basically on death row and like saying how his life is just coming to an end. It sounds good, people. Yes, they do. There are a lot of songs like that. There's that one song, the song from Wayne's World. Yeah, it's the song from Wayne's World. It was Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a Queen song. There's that song, what is it? I Just Want to Use Your Love Tonight. I don't know what the actual name of the song is. But it's like, the whole song is about someone wanting to exploit someone else. That's the whole song. Like, it's talking about like how, like the song starts by saying, my girlfriend is out of town. And then the rest of the song is like, I just want to use your love tonight. I want to use you. I want to exploit you tonight because I'm horny and my girlfriend's not here. That's what the song is about. But it's such a catchy song, nobody argues it. Wait, Pumped Up Kicks comes to mind. Literally a song about a school shooting. Oh no. Yeah, it's crazy. And then like what's another one? Rock You Like a Hurricane. That song's lyrics are insane if you actually listen to them. Yeah, there's a lot of songs lyrics that are like awful, and this is one of the reasons that I have a lot of problems with like uh songs with lyrics, is that I pay too much attention to the lyrics. I wind up paying attention to the lyrics rather than the music, and it ruins the experience for me. I don't think I know that one, Pumped Up Kicks. Who is it by? I mean, based on the name, I assume it was a 90s song. Pumped Up Kicks. Bet you I'd recognize the hook. Okay. Foster people. Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar. Although, for the most part, during the 90s, I was listening to music from, like, the 60s. Oh, it's late 2010s? Okay. Yeah, during the 90s, I was mostly listening to music from the 60s because I would mostly listen to the oldies channel in the car because that's what my parents were listening to. It's on the list for grad song choices? Ooh. Ooh. That's not a great song for a graduate event. Alright, normally I would wait until I had completely finished the outside, but I want to show you all this, how this other process works. So, you can see here, we've got this edge here, and it's a little rough because I had to, like, cut it. And you compare it to something like this, where you can see there's this like nice kind of rounded edge. The way you do that is something called slicking. So in order to do slicking, you need one of these. This is a slicker. This is a wooden one, pretty standard. But more importantly, you need a medium. This is what I didn't know when I first started. You're supposed to use a substance on the surface that you want to slick before you actually start the slicking. What I use is something called toconol. This is the best material that I've found to do it. It's just a very simple little cream. It just kind of looks like little hand cream. And kind of just put it along the side there. That. Put it in there, and then you just go back and forth with the slicker. And it kind of smooths down the edge and makes it look a little bit nicer. It kind of compresses things together, smooths the side, and it's good. And so for the longest time, I thought you were just supposed to use water, but no, you need some sort of like medium, like toconol. That's the one I use. That's the one that was recommended to me by the that manager at the Tandy. And it just kind of makes a much nicer edge in the end. So I wanted to show you all that before we finish the stream because it's such an important like finishing part of the effort. Wait, Zaraneth? What about Zaraneth? I missed something. Info time. Oh wait, did we guess Zaraneth? He's probably paid enough for it. Oh, this. No, it's not for Zaraneth. I was so confused. Burnishing oil until... Yeah, so there are plenty of other like finishing techniques you can use. You can use stain. So on another piece... Give me a sec, I'll be right back. So this is a This is a leather armor piece that I'm still working on. But you can see there are kind of these darker lines on it. Let's see if I can get closer to the camera here. Yeah, you can see these like darker lines. What I did with that was I scored the surface of it, and I painted over it with stain, and it leaves the stained marks in the leather. So you can do that, and then there's all kinds of finishing techniques you can use. I don't know very many of them. I'm not a really big button combination guy, but I'm trying to decide if I want to keep going. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm trying to decide if I want to keep going. Stained. I don't want to stop though. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put you on intermission for a second. Go get myself a drink and see if I can, help. I'll be right back. Did I leave the mic on? I'm back. Mo admitted everything. Find out what he said. Did I tell y'all about the mic is hot? Oh no. Like it's too loud? Or did you just mean that it was still on? Oh, you enjoyed my A&W root beer pop? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Did I tell y'all about the hit piece that someone put out for me? It was the funniest thing. Let's see if I still have it. Where was that? Notifications? No, not this. Where was it? Oh. Was it on? Maybe it was on my YouTube. Basically, I got this notification on somewhere in YouTube. Policy, ideas, news. I don't know. Where was that? I don't know where it was. I got this like message that said something to the effect of like I was mentioned in where was that? It's gonna drive me crazy. Channel. I want to find it. It was so funny. America's best and worst places to be gay and trans. Check your zip code. Is something that has showed up on Google. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. Posts? No. I thought it was a notification. I'm so annoyed. Whatever. Anyway, it was like it was some notification I got that said something to the effect of you were mentioned in someone else's post or something. And the post was something like, my video proves you're a racist. And my name was, it was like my name and like a billion other people. I have to assume that it was like an automated message and they just scraped for like a ton of names just to get like the attention. But like, I had to go through the post and try and figure out where my name was because I was like, where is it? Where is it? Where am I the racist? Let me see. And the video itself had been taken down. So it was very much supposed to be like rage bait or something like that. But I just thought it was so funny. It's like, this video proves you're a racist. I'm like, does it? There's no video though. Wow. That was kind of funny. Yeah, it's a terrible attention grabbing scheme. It was very silly. Shocking, though. You gotta go make a s'more. Oh, that's awesome. I'll be honest. If I was offered a s'more, I would probably just ask to eat each individual thing in like on its own. I'm not super big on like gooey or sticky foods, especially if like I can't. Scam, damn, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am is pretty funny. They are really messy. They're very goopy. If you're okay with goop, it's fine. I don't typically like goop. That's a sless. Yeah. Can I have sless? I do like graham crackers though. They Honey Maid makes some I feel like this is the most like grandpa thing to say. Honey Maid makes cinnamon graham crackers and chocolate graham crackers, and both are awesome if you make either peanut butter sandwiches out of them, or better, if you make Biscoff sandwiches out of them. Oh my goodness. That is a food that will get you fat, but you'll be happy it's happening. So good. You made savory s'mores. Okay, explain. What were the ingredients in a savory s'more? Did you use like tofu or something? Or do they have like savory marshmallows in Canada? Using baby bale cheese over the fire. Just getting a little pepper jelly. That sounds awesome. Hobby? Incroyable. Sounds awesome. That sounds like that little I invented a little that's a smother. No, that's what Dan's gonna do if I ever go to visit his house. Make savory French toast. Oh, I want French toast. Oh, French toast is good. I didn't eat French toast for a long time, and then I learned to make it myself, and I was like, oh, this is good. I was smothering. Oh, we were joking about how you were going to kill me and skin me. Dan. We were making jokes about how you were going to murder me if I came to visit you. I do mothering? At the sleepover. Right. I sounded like Arnold? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger? When I said incroyable? That's definitely not the accent I was going for, so that's unfortunate. I have too many feathers. I can't use your skin for anything. There's no point. Your feet, though. Arnold Palmer. Oh, okay. I do still think it's really funny that, for purposes of, like, copyright or whatever, when Chick-fil-A wanted to start offering Arnold Palmers to take advantage of the fact that they're well known for both their lemonade and their sweet tea, they had to invent a new name. So like, well, we can't call this Arnold Palmer, even though this is clearly an Arnold Palmer. And so they decided, we're going to call it Sunjoy. Would you care for a Sunjoy? Which is a lovely name. It's just funny because you know that, like, it's an Arnold Palmer. It's clearly an Arnold Palmer. It's just lemon sweet tea light on the tea. I thought it was lemonade and sweet tea. When they call it an Arnold Palmer, I mean, I'm assuming it's because they don't want to have to like pay the Arnold Palmer people. I don't know. I don't know. I assume that that's the reason. Is that some sort of copyright something? But yeah, they invented a different name for it, and it's just called a Sunjoy. So if you like lemonade and you like sweet tea, go get yourself a Sunjoy. He hit ball, has name. Has name, give money. So what do you call that though? When like the what's the word I'm trying to think of? The like household or like the people who own the legacy of a famous person. There's a word for it. Ugh, I can't think of it. Estate. The estate of Arnold Palmer. Yes, thank you, Cornfed. Another very useful thing to have when you're working on this, and Courvoisier ain't nothing but another name for Hennessy. Needle nose pliers. Can't tell you how many times this has saved my hands. You're still smart, Cornfed. We're just both smart. We just both get to be smart at the same time. It's awesome. Excuse me. Y'all, we are still streaming. This is like a 3-hour stream. I never do that.
Hopefully it's fun.
I don't know, Dan. Maybe there's some other reason. All I know is that it's an Arnold Palmer, and it's not called an Arnold Palmer. It's called a Sunjoy. At the end of the day, I don't know. I just think it's funny. I just get my Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, no pickle, and I just leave. I tell you all about the, I made it all 3 hours of it, but I was just too lazy to quit. I know, man, it's been miserable. It's just been awful. No one wants to be here. Y'all are all forced against your will to sit here and watch me stitch things with leather. I also do like the name Sunjoy. I think it's kind of a nice name. How is the Sunjoy? I can't go in on tea because migraines. Oh, you mean like, how's it taste? I don't know. I don't do sweet tea. I like their lemonade, but I usually just get a Coke when I go there. That's kind of become my thing, is that I'm willing to drink like sugared sodas if it's like at a restaurant. At home, I pretty much only ever drink the sugarless ones. But when I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, yeah, I'll get a sugared one. Why not? Which means I often wind up having headaches after I go to restaurants. Oh, well. You do unsweet tea and diet lemonade, and it's plenty sweet. Yeah. I mean, you just kind of get used to it after a while. Like, I remember when I first started doing sugarless, it was hard. You know, because I just really missed the sweetness. I could always taste the artificial sweetener. But, you know, human body is very adaptable. There's a running joke in one of the streamers you watch. Everyone claims they're just there to hate watch him, and we all secretly can't stand him. Is it Ian? I remember in the last Mario Party Friday stream, which was awesome, by the way. You've been craving grape soda? Ooh. Yeah, there used to be a soda called I called it Grapico. I think it's just called Grapico, maybe. But I didn't realize it was a regional thing at the time. But where I grew up, it was pretty common, so I just thought it was a normal drink. But yeah, grape soda is kind of a rare one. Is this the song I'm thinking of? Hang on, give me a sec. What song is this? Yeah. Okay, so the song we're listening to right now is from Arch and Elko 2. And there's a part I really, really love in it. You know, I was looking for Stewart soda the other day and I didn't see it either. You remember Jones soda? I'm just listening to the song now. There's this part where there's like this distant like chiming of a bell, which I just really think fits super good. I'll point it out when it happens. What's about to happen? Did you hear it? Oh, it's so good. This song was like, it's like one of the songs for like the dungeons in that game. And the first dungeon that you got to hear this in was like a ruined temple. And so this song as like the background music for like a dangerous area that's like based on like an old temple, hearing this like distant chiming of a bell fit like so well with the situation, and I loved it. Gave me chills. I was like, ooh, it's cool. Dun, 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 dun. There's just something really neat about it. You never liked Jones. The label gimmick was cool. Yeah, I remember I used to drink it because it had unusual flavors. Like one of my gripes about it's not as much of an issue recently because a lot of cola companies have been branching out with like different flavorings, but there was a period of time where like you pretty much had cola, orange soda, lemon lime soda. That's it, really. You know, you didn't have a whole lot of other flavors. And then Jones comes along and they're like, yeah, we made bubblegum soda and we made, you know, like green apple soda and like all these weird flavors. And so even though the soda itself wasn't even that great, I would drink it just because it was different. You know, I was like, oh, cool, something different. But yeah, it was never like great. There's another good song. This playlist is good. This is a playlist that apparently was based... apparently I put it together a long time ago. This stream is the only reason you know about Dirty Mountain Dew. How much Yoo-hoo did you chug? You know, I never drank much Yoo-hoo. I'll be honest. I love chocolate milk, but I almost never drank Yoo-hoo. Do you remember they did a couple of runs of Nuka-Cola for the release of Fallout 4? I was so incredibly frustrated how it kept getting snatched up. That's a shame. That reminds me of the Nuka-Cola Dark rum drink. Yoo-hoo isn't chocolate milk? What's Yoo-hoo then? I always thought it was chocolate milk. What is it? Hang on, am I not thinking about the right thing? Yoo-hoo. Oh. AI overview. Yoo-hoo! AI thought I was talking to it. That's funny. Alright, what do we got? It's literally not people think it is. It's an American brand of chocolate-flavored beverage. It's created by Natalie Olvieri in Garfield, New Jersey in 1928. The drink is primarily made from water, high fructose corn syrup, and whey. Oh. Wait. Later, Yoo-hoo advertised as Yoo-hoo, the chocolate action drink. Chocolate action drink! That's amazing. Honestly, the thing I know Yoo-hoo most for is the fake Yoo-hoo from the Angry Beavers, Yahoo. That's honestly what I think more of when I think of Yoo-hoo, is Yahoo, the Angry Beavers drink. I loved the Angry Beavers. You notice that chocolate wasn't listed as one of the core ingredients that make up most of the beverage. Yeah, man. Our first ingredient is water. Our second ingredient is chemicals. Our third through 95th ingredients are also chemicals. Our last ingredient is chocolate powder. It's a good soundtrack. I'm just commenting on my music choices right now. I'm just like, oh yeah, I have good taste in music. Nice. Sorry, I'm just surprised. I didn't realize I put so many bangers on this playlist. Bangers for me. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it as well. This is Mega Man 8. Our last ingredient is the tears of someone who only vaguely remembers what chocolate tastes like and has just remembered how much he misses it. It's like in the distant future when we're all in the pods, we're drinking like chocolate-adjacent food. To be honest, you haven't been able to hear the music because it's keeping it low, because honestly. Well, as long as it's not overpowering. Oh, this is another good one. This is the Light World dungeon music from Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Who was it that was talking to me the other day about the idea of a Mega Man Nuzlocke? I don't remember who that was, but I really liked the idea. I could keep thinking about it. How do we know this is what? How do we know this is what steak really tastes like? Maybe the Matrix schedule. It's possible. Whoever made this playlist is really awesome. I know, right? What a cool guy. Wink. Kim was a joke in stream. Might have been Zaraneth. Sheep Raider on PS1. No, it's not one I'm familiar with. There's a lot of PS1 stuff I should probably explore more of, but I have not. That's how I feel anytime I watch one of Caddy's videos, is I'm just sort of like, I should play more PlayStation games. Clearly there's a lot that I missed out on. It's Wile E. Coyote related. Trip Hop soundtrack. should do a PS1 variety. I want to stream Bishibashi multiplayer. Yeah, but I don't have Bishibashi. That's the problem. I'd love to have Bishibashi, but I don't. I'd love to have Bishibashi. I'd love to have LSD Dream Emulator. I actually have a region-free PlayStation, so I guess I could get them, but I don't currently have either one. Yeah, but I don't want to do emulation, though. That's the thing, though. I don't want to emulate. No. I'm so weird about that, I know. I just don't want to do it. Honestly, the easiest thing to make region free is the Sega Saturn. All you have to do is get an action replay and just plug it in. Like a completely legitimate product that was sold at the time. Just you know, immediately becomes region free. It's real easy to do. Yeah, I like streaming in real hard. I mean that was the vibe I was getting with the what do you call it? When I was recording Tombs and Treasure, I was talking about how it's easier to make a PS3 region free. Easier than the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn was just buy a thing and plug it in. How do you do it with a PS3? You know what I really miss from the PS3 era? The UI. Just sail out into international waters to make your console region free. Pretty sure that's how it works. Really? So the PS3 is just region free by default, is what you're saying? It's pretty easy. But yeah, I miss the PS3 UI and how you could like put your own pictures as the background and stuff like that. I miss that. That was fun. And then like they just kind of abolished that for later systems. Set sail for the high seas of region-free content. Oof, my fingers are starting to hurt. We might have to quit soon. You got like 20 PS3 games that aren't NTSC North America. Yeah, you know, every time I go to my game store and I'm looking in the Sega Saturn section, I'm like, man, there's so many games here. If I could just frickin' read Japanese. Oh, speaking of, Dan, weren't you talking about some sort of thing that like auto-translates Japanese on a game or something like that? I feel like you mentioned that at one point in time. Yeah, man, there's so many Japanese Sega Saturn games. It's like, wow. I'd love to play these. After this many years, you'd think I would have just, you know, taken the easy route and learned frickin' Japanese. There's so many games I could have played by now if I just spoke the frickin' language. But no! Oh, very nice. Okay, well, as soon as you get it done, let me know. I'm curious about that. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Preach. I think once we finish this row, I'm probably going to call it, y'all, because my hand's starting to get tired. My throat's starting to itch. Yeah, probably stop this for a little while. But I've said it numerous times now. Thank y'all for coming out. Lazy mode just doesn't just learn Japanese. I know, right? There are lots of ways in which lazy mode is completely apropos. Like making a video game, or learning another language, or exercising, or taking better care of my teeth. Deguchi nashi. Deguchi nashi. Not sure what it means. Recognizes Japanese, not sure what it means. Nani? Onigiru deshu. What? Rice ball desho? Gives 2 interpretations of every translation, which is super helpful. I know Japanese. I watch Naruto. He's a ninja. Do you know what a ninja is? Yeah, it's a foreign thing. He can use katas and ninja scrolls, okay? You wouldn't know about such things because you're clearly not knowledgeable about Japanese. Actually, it's interesting you say that, Dan. There was a I actually did a stream of this a while back. There's a translator who has a channel, has a website called Legends of Localization, and he's put out a variety of books. I bought a couple of them, but one that was really interesting was something called Press Start to Translate, and it was based on an experience he had of playing Final Fantasy 2-4 using 2 different auto generations of the translation. And I actually played part of the ROM on a stream a while back. You can check it out. It's called Funky Fantasy 4. Just search for it on my YouTube. And it was fun. It was actually really fun to just see how strange the translation turned out. I mean, this was years ago. I'm sure the translation's gotten better since then, but this was back when well, what was interesting about it was that he had 2 different translation efforts, and it was just sort of serendipity that the timing worked out the way it did. One of them was an older translation, and then the other one, an old. Oh, did you hear it? Hang on. Start over. I was talking about this just the other day. Welcome. That's the voice. That's the Mr. Dog voice from Snowboard Kids. That was one of the That was one of the sound effects I was trying to find on that sound effects website, but I couldn't find it there. Yeah, so he had one translation that was made using an older model of Google's translate function, and then apparently, like within like a week or something, like the timing lined up such that he was able to get 2 translations using radically different translation methods, and you could see how they kind of like handled the situation very differently. It was very interesting. I recommend it. I recommend that book, Press Start to Translate. I sort of recommend that whole website if you like that kind of stuff. Legends of Localization. That and the Cutting Room Floor are super geeky websites for video games. I love them. I love that kind of stuff. Apocrypha. And again, if you want to watch me play it, I played it on as a one-off stream a while back. Did not get all the way through the game. I think I got to Damsian, maybe? I know at the very least I got to the Spoony Bard line, because it is absolutely not the same in the Funky Fantasy version. He does not say Spoony Bard. I think after I'm done here, I'll probably go play some Final Fantasy 3. I'm just about to get done with the World of Ruin, or with the World of Balance. I love that game though, man. What's one thing that's always nice when you go back and play a game you haven't played in a long time, and you remember that you used to really like it, and you're like, man, I've changed now. Maybe I won't like it anymore. And then you play it and you like it. You're like, yes, it held up. Nice. It's always really exciting. You're like, yeah, I'm still having fun with this. Nice. You know, one nice thing about working with leather is that because you have to, like, you're constantly, like, touching it and bending it and stuff like that, it acquires that sort of, like, malleability, flexibility that you kind of want out of a leather good. You know, you want it to be, like, malleable and like, usable. And I like that that kind of just comes naturally as you work on it. At the expense of your fingers. Ow! My fingers freaking hurt. I'm not using my thimble. I could be using my thimble, which would help, but it's kind of a nuisance. It's good. It's good for when you use it. But I don't use it. So it's not good right now. I hope that you have all enjoyed looking at my chicken fingers tonight. And seeing how I do, in fact, emote a lot when I speak with my hands. I got that Italian speak with my hands thing. I'm not Italian, but I still have it. Starting to run out of string here. This is a long stream, yeah. 3.5 hours. I don't usually go this long. It's a good thing I started early. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We're about to wrap up, Poppy, so it's not going to be too much longer. And I figured this would probably be like a second screen kind of stream, because, you know, the visuals aren't exactly that thrilling. It's just me stitching. But maybe it's been interesting. Maybe it's been cool to see how all this works. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. I mean, in the end, I think most streaming is just about hanging out with somebody else. You know? It's really just something that you're supposed to make you kind of get that sense of, like, a community. Cool, Cyber. I'm glad that it is interpreted that way. That is exactly the kind of thing that I would like for it to be. Just a fun place for people to hang out. Ward off the loneliness that is so tragically common nowadays. I feel it. Okay, there we go. So you don't actually have to... You don't have to tie it in a knot, like I do. You seem kind of try-hard tonight. I'm sorry to hear that, Cyber. You don't seem try-hard. You seem fine. Hopefully this has helped. And I hope that whatever made your day rough is done with and isn't going to be a lingering thing. Bad days suck. You think active chatters are tryhards? Yeah, that is something that having people who chat regularly on streams has really taught me, is the value of folks who are willing to interact. That was something that Bleck pointed out once, is how valuable it is to have people to talk to. All right, folks, that's going to be it for tonight. One last time, we'll show off what we've got. So, again, the intended purpose is it's going to be something that you can put a notebook into, slide it in there, closes up, makes a nice little sealed notebook like that. That's the intent. Not there yet, but working on it. Once again, I've said it numerous times now, thank y'all for coming out. I hope this has been entertaining. We will play a game. We will play a game next time. Get notified when your favorite chatter is active. Nice. It's great. Would love another stream like this. It's good to know, Hacks. I'm glad to hear that different sorts of streams are appreciated. That gives me more options about what I can do and what I can present to y'all. But that's all for tonight. I am the MoeChicken. This has been me working on leather. Less lather streams. I'll make a point of that. You won't see me in the bathtub. Sorry. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Catch y'all on Thursday.